Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of pumping technology. I am Sherif Abdou, COO and co-founder of FloNergia, and I'm here today to introduce you to our company and our amazing product. As world population continues to grow, demand for food is at its highest. Fish is currently the fastest growing source of animal protein, growing annually at over 3%. But with global warming and overfishing, the world is shifting focus to aquaculture as being the main source for fish production. It is an industry that's growing at 6% annually over the last 5 years. And it's expected by 2030 to overcome capture production. However, this industry is facing several challenges, from high production costs to poor water quality and the always increasing price of energy. This leads to very slim profit margins for producers. FloNergia has developed an innovative pumping and aeration solution that not only helps those facilities reduce their energy footprint by up to 70%, it also improves their water quality through better aeration. All of that we do with no moving parts and minimal maintenance. This results in higher profits for those producers and improved return on investment. How do we do that? Well, it's quite simple. In a typical aquaculture facility, there are two main systems. One that handles the water circulation, and that relies on pumps. The other one handles the aeration, and that relies on air blowers. What we do is we eliminate the need for a water circulation system by injecting only air into our patent-pending dual port injector airlift pump that results in producing water circulation and aeration simultaneously with no need for a water circulation system. This reduces energy consumption significantly. The aquaculture market is growing at 6% annually and is currently valued at over $230 billion. We estimate that about 5% of that revenue goes back into the procurement of aeration and pumping technologies, and about 20% of that is available to us. Our business model relies on a mix of three things: direct sales to end users, sales through other channels, and licensing our technology. Over the last 1.5 years, we've been conducting field trials, mainly across Ontario, and we've already established sales across Canada. We intend that in the next 2 years, we'll expand our reach to North America with global expansion to follow. We are not a one-product company. We already have several other products lined up to be released in the coming months and years. This includes both improvements to our existing technology, as well as new innovations and new products that help expand our market penetration. We've already have $35,000 in sales, and over the last 6 months alone, we have sent out estimates totaling over $500,000. We expect to be cash positive by the beginning of next year, and we expect to reach the $1 million in sales mark by the end of next year. We know that we're not alone out there. Most of our competitors are companies that either do aeration systems or pumping systems on their own, but not combined. This provides significant opportunities for FloNergia's combined benefits, product benefits, and reduced energy footprint. Our team includes myself and my two amazing partners, Wael and Paul. And collectively, we have over 80 years of experience in new product development and building companies. We've surrounded ourselves with a team of advisors that help take us for the next level and beyond. We are currently looking to enhance our team with sales expertise, and we plan to do that in the very near future. This is what I would like to ask from you today. Customer referrals would be fantastic. If you have a sales partner who you think might like working with us, please reach out to us. If you're an investor who likes what you see, we would be happy to chat with you. And lastly, but definitely not least, if you like our story, please vote for us. Thank you so much for your time and attention today.
All right, time for 5 minutes of questions from the judges.
So for an aqua farmer to engage in your system, they need to completely replace their current aeration and water. Is it like one capital out and one capital in?
Not necessarily. Most aquaculture farms already have blowers for their aeration systems. So if it's a new build, then we definitely work with the customers to implement our solution from the beginning. If they already have an existing system, all we need is to use the same blowers to actually implement our system there, and they will get rid of the pump use.
So what's that capital outlay then for the farmers?
Excuse me?
What's their cost?
Their cost, if they are already existing
Yes.
facility, is probably just the purchase of our pumps.
But how does that compare to their current water and air systems?
We've done some estimates, and we have very competitive pricing if we compare the price of a pump and aeration system versus our pump and a blower. And we have similar costs for the smaller size units. For larger ones, we actually have more competitive pricing, and then you get the energy savings after that with significant energy reductions over time.
And so how often does an aqua farmer replace his?
Typically, it is a cycle of about 10 years usually to replace water pumps.
So I've spent some time on a couple of aquaculture cages in my life. So I'm just wondering, you have some numbers up here, 30% improved aeration.
Yes.
Have you actually tested that against how many other competing products?
This is based on lab testing and our field trials that we've conducted. We've tested that compared to centrifugal pumping system and aeration systems together. So that's based on all of the field trials we've done and as well lab test results.
Can you tell me where you tested it in PEI?
In PI, we've worked with AquaBounty.
Okay.
You mentioned you had other products lined up as well.
Yes.
I would love to hear more about those.
Sure.
As well, in thinking about those products, I'm wondering how you would describe FloNergia's unique core competence.
Sure. So in terms of our product lines, we currently offer our basic airlift pump design. We're also working now on improving the performance of those pumps further by introducing air pulsations. So instead of having a constant air supply, we'd have air pulsations. That improves the performance significantly. We're also working on a multi-stage version of our pump that would help actually lift higher heads. So that's mainly for vertical farms and aquaponic systems where you have high head requirements. We're also working on a version of our pump that enhances mixing. So that would work for bioreactors and things like that. And in addition, we are also working on a two-phase flow system that can help monitor the performance of the pump. And later on, we plan to introduce a service where you can get to monitor the performance of the pump in addition to other sensors you would have in the facility and be able to have a better picture of your production facility. And what was your second question?
So I'm just curious, based on all those the product pipeline that you have, how would you describe your core competency to be?
We put a lot of engineering thought into everything we do, and our main objective is to help everyone reduce their energy footprint. That's the biggest challenge that we see in the near future, and that's what we're trying to achieve.
AquaBounty is doing land-based, right?
Yes.
Is there a difference in the performance of the product versus land-based versus open?
The technology itself is the same. Your requirements or what you would ask from the pumps sometimes is different. So for land-based system, you're either looking at recirculation, you're doing things like that. For water-based, you might be looking at different things. So thermal stratification, where you have water that at the top of the lake would be warmer than the bottom, so you would want to upwell water from the bottom to the top. So your requirements might be different, but the pump can provide both of those features.
So if I'm a farmer, an existing farmer, and I want to put in your system, how many years do I have to wait to pay out the investment, given the economic, the environmental savings, et cetera?
That depends on the size of the facility and the kind of equipment you require, but we're typically aiming at 3 to 5 years for you to get your investment again.
Can you just talk a little bit more about barriers to entry?
The biggest barrier we see that airlift technology is not a brand new technology by itself. It's been around for a while. But unfortunately, it has been plagued by do-it-yourself kind of applications where you just drill some holes in a pipe and inject air and hope that it produces something. So people have a bad idea about airlift. So what we're trying to do now is raise awareness that we have put a lot of engineering into maximizing the performance you can get out of our injector. So you can actually get a lot more than what you do at home. And we've actually had a couple of people who come and talk to us that they've tested their own solutions for airlift pumps, but they see that what we're offering is a lot better than what they've ever tested with.